have our wish for you this evening is that you leave the call with some information that is going to either make you healthier or some information that is going to make you happier, or maybe both, but you're going to get to decide. My name is Drew McDermott, and I'll just introduce myself quickly. I'll give you my short story, a short version of it anyway. But my journey in near life has been forever, really. My parents, Rory and Nola, who are also on this call, started their near life journey. They became near life distributors 48 or maybe 49 years ago. And they were newly married at the time, and they were financially in a tough spot, but they were very ambitious. And a couple said to them, hey, would you like to supplement your income? Would you like to make some extra money? And they said, sure. And they were invited down to what we call a near life business presentation. Very product and business presentation, very similar to what we're going to talk about tonight, but it obviously was done in the flesh, in the physical. And they listened to somebody talk about some products, and they thought, wow, those products look amazing. We need to get onto some good nutrition. Somebody spoke about the opportunity, and they didn't fully understand. They didn't fully understand what that man was talking about. But they left that meeting that evening saying, if Near Life can do half of what that man says it can do, we've got to give it a shot. And that's where their journey started 48 or 49 years ago, with a step of faith. And what is faith? Faith is believing in something that you haven't yet seen. And every successful journey since the beginning of time started with a human being having the courage within themselves to take that step of faith, to cross over the line, to step out of their comfort zone and try something new. And so that is where a lot of my passion for Near Life comes from. It's given my family 3 generations of magnificent health, but so much more than that. I grew up watching how this opportunity took the McDermott family from where we were when I was a kid to where we are today. Financially, it changed our futures for generations to come. And I watched it do the same for just so many other families around South Africa, around the globe, in fact. I haven't always been a part of Near Life as a distributor. I was taught, like most people on this call, I'm sure, because I've got 3 kids and we're teaching them the same thing. Study hard, get a good education. And then I think a mistake that we're making, even in today's world, is we're saying go out and find yourself a safe and secure job. And I don't believe that is the answer anymore. If we're looking around the world today, that model isn't working out for too many people. And anyway, I followed it. At the age of 21, I moved to the UK, and I spent the next 13 years living in the UK, having a great time, by the way, but working for one of the world's biggest investment banks. And it was a fantastic experience because it really taught me exactly what I didn't want, exactly how I didn't want to live my life. And I'd grown up in this near life home where I'd seen my parents made, financially, they did very well through Near Life, but it was so much more than that. As a kid, I could truly see they loved what they did. And I just thought that's the way parents were. It didn't matter if it was a Monday morning or a Friday afternoon. I could see that they were making more than just an income. They really were living life with purpose and passion and making a difference in people's lives. And I just found in the corporate world, I had none of that. And I just really believed that there was so much more to life because I'd grown up with it. And so my wife and I started asking critical questions. What are we doing? How are we going to get our life from where it is right now to where it's going to be? And the years would tick by in a heartbeat. And every year we'd say, okay, this year is going to be different to last year. This year we're going to start a family. We're going to have more time. This year we're going to actually take better holidays this year. This year nothing changed year after year. And it was a life of quiet desperation. We weren't broke. We weren't destitute. We were doing just fine. But I knew there was just so much more that we could be doing. And that is when we realized that if we wanted our lives to change, we would have to change something that we were doing. And it seems like such basic information right now, but those years ago, it was life-changing to me. If you continue to do the same thing you've done this year, last year, the year before, don't expect things to change. And we call that the definition of insanity, right? doing the same thing day in, day out, expecting change. And technically, I'd been doing that for years. And what really attracted me to Neolife was, I've always loved the products, and we'll talk about the products in a moment. I've always loved the products. But the business system was the power of part-time. And if you're a guest on the call, just latch onto that for a second, the power of part-time. Yes, I wanted to change my life, but I didn't want to give up my full-time career and job because I had bills to pay. I had a life to live. And so I still, I had the security of my full-time income, and part-time, we started working on our Neolife business, part-time on the weekends and evenings and lunch breaks. And we called it working full-time on our jobs. And my wife and I would work part-time on our future. And at that time, it took about a year. My wife, we had our first daughter, who is now turning 15 next month. Can you believe it? And my wife was on maternity leave, and we had a goal for her not to go back to investment banking. She was also working in the banking industry. And that took a year. Our part-time future replaced your full-time income in about a year. And fast forward to about 2 years later, and I was able to step out of the investment banking world too. So does it work? Yes. It's been an exciting journey. And what is Neolife? So that is my short story and journey into Neolife. But Neolife as a company, we have been in business since 1958. So I think 64 years, you do the maths. And we currently operating in just over 50 countries around the world. And we are on a mission. Our mission is to give people the power to live healthier and happier lives. And now, what do I mean by that? There's two trends that we build our Neolife community around. The first trend is the health and wellness trend. We're living in a world where we have more science, more technology, more pharmaceutical medication, more everything. Why are people sicker today than ever before? Have you ever thought about that? And I talk about, when I say sicker, I'm talking about the chronic diseases, the non-communicable diseases, cancer, heart disease, diabetes. All these things are what we call non-communicable, which means we don't pass them around. They're not contagious like colds and flu. We develop them. They're lifestyle diseases. And we find a lot of excitement in that, because if these are lifestyle diseases that we develop, if we change a few things, we can start preventing these health challenges. And that's on one hand. On the other hand, the health and wellness industry has been growing for a number of years, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. It's getting faster and faster, growing faster and faster, because people want to look younger, feel younger, live longer, slow down the aging process. And so we'll talk about some products tonight, not in great detail, but our products are amazing. But the message I want to communicate to you is our products are not the miracle. Your body is the miracle. We have all been given bodies that are designed to heal themselves, renew themselves, protect themselves, designed to live with health, energy, vitality. But we have to put in the right nutrition. We have to give our bodies the right tools so that our bodies can do what they're designed to do. And over the years, we've kind of just lost our way. Human beings have lost their way, and we've stopped taking responsibility for putting the right ingredients and nutrients into our body. And we're seeing this trend of chronic disease and poor health. And we believe we have the solution. And I'll touch on that more in just a moment. And then the second trend is what we call the gig economy. I believe there is as much or even more financial sickness in South Africa today, and Africa and around the world, than there is even physical sickness. The cost of living is going up faster than it has in decades, and people are battling to keep their heads above water. And we have a business system, a business opportunity that is powered by incredible products, and we believe that we have the solution to the financial challenges that people are facing. I know certainly it was a solution in my life, it was a solution in my parents' life, and just looking around on people on the call, it's been a solution for many of the people on the call tonight. So I'm going to share a couple of slides with you, and let's just focus the first 5 minutes, 7 minutes on health and wellness and our product. And so we call this the healthy eating graph or the wellness chart. So we're all born at 0 and you live for 7 years, 80 years, 100 years, you decide, but we're living life in 3 different zones. The first 30 years of our life approximately are lived in this energetic zone. The next 30 years of our life, we are kind of expected to bumble through this tide zone. And the final 30 years of our life, we are expected to live in this 6 zone. And I look at this graph and I go, no way, that's depressing. There's no ways that I'm going to buy into that. We work for 30, 40, 50 years of our life to live out our golden years. And so often our golden years are lived in various stages of sickness, where we spend everything we've accumulated to try and stay alive, or we don't have the physical capability to live out the lifestyle that we've been working towards. And you look around, it's very uncommon to see people in their 60s, 70s, 80s that aren't on any chronic medication. And if you talk to medical professionals these days, this chart is actually turning, this graph is turning at a younger and younger age. It's not uncommon to see people in their 30s, 40s, and even younger, 50s, 20s, that are experiencing chronic diseases. And so, yes, we are a nutrition company. A lot of people come to us in this zone, the 6 zone, and they say to us, help. I'm sorting out my connectivity here. And they say to us, help, I'm sick. And we do help a lot of them. The body has this remarkable way of healing itself when you give it the right nutrients. But I'm not the doctor, I'm not the scientist, so I'm not going to talk about curing today. But I'm going to mention this. If you're on the call for the first time tonight, just think about this. Don't wait for that sledgehammer to hit you over the back of the head before you sit up and pay attention to your health and what's going on with your body. Health is your greatest wealth. Prevention, it's a cliched saying, but prevention is better than cure every single day of the week. And we see this all too often. So I'm going to really just talk for a minute or two around this tide zone. And I think that's where a lot of us in today's world are living, and probably a lot of people on this call. You're not sick, but maybe you don't have the energy that you used to have. Maybe you're living life with a little bit more stress. Finances can be stressful. Careers can be stressful. Spouses can be stressful. Kids can be stressful sometimes. Maybe you are going to wake up in the morning a little bit more tired than when you went to bed at night. And it's often, maybe you're not eating as well as you could be. Maybe you're not getting as much exercise as you should be. And it's in this zone here where we start to get these little warning signs, where the doctor or the nurse, you go for their checkup and they say, listen, look out for your blood sugar level. It's a little bit erratic. Watch out for your cholesterol. It's a little bit high. Your blood pressure, it's too high or too low. But you're not sick. But these are just the precursors and warning signs that are indicated as to what path you're following. Now, I know this more than anything. If you give your body what it needs, there is such a thing as living life in this energetic zone, and then getting to a ripe old age where your body says, I'm done, and you step off the perch and you're done without months or years of illness or struggle or sickness. And so that is the focus. And so we just, there's something called the healthy eating triangle. And this is not near life. This is what, when I say we got to put the right things into our body, this is what I'm talking about. Our diets should consist mainly of whole grain foods, followed by fruits and vegetables. And when I say whole grain foods, I'm talking specifically whole grain oils. That's a key nutrient. Fruits and vegetables, proteins, and fats and sugars should be consumed the least. That is what I mean. That's what I'm talking about when I say we need to put the right things into our body. But the reality is, in the modern day world, we've turned that upside down. The modern day diet, our processed diets, are rich in fats and sugars. We're eating proteins that are no longer good quality proteins. We're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. And I can guarantee you, probably every single one of us on the call, our diets are deficient in these whole grain foods and these whole grain oils. This is the challenge. And how do we know it's a challenge? In 2019, one of the leading health institutes based in the USA came out with a major study where they said a bad diet is 3 times more dangerous than smoking. 3 times more dangerous. And the way they quantified it is smoking is killing about 5 million people a year, where a bad diet is killing around 15 million people every single year. And so the things that we were putting into our breakfast bowls, our kids' lunch boxes, our dinner plates, potentially 3 times more dangerous than smoking. And the study fascinated me. It went on to give the reasons for these diet-related deaths. And then there were top 4 reasons for diet-related deaths. It wasn't so much the bad things we're eating, was more the lack of good nutrition that our bodies are not getting that are causing these diet-related deaths. The number 1 factor was the lack of whole grain foods and whole grain oils. The second factor for diet-related deaths was the lack of fruits and vegetables. Third factor was the lack of omega-3 oils. Fourth factor was the lack of nuts and seeds. So here's a problem. And how are we going to make this world a healthier and a happier place? How are we going to give people the power to live a healthier life? We're going to move this food triangle back to how it should be. Give your body what it needs, and your body will live in that health and active zone. And I know this, when you have your energy, when you have your health, when you have your vitality, every part of life is better. Your social life is better. Your career, your work life is better. You are a better spouse. You are a better parent. You can serve your community better. We can't take it for granted. So anyway, we have some products, which I'm not going to get into the deep dive into the detail. There's plenty of information on the web about them, and the person who got you onto the call can give you more information. But these are just, we have 90 something products in our range, but these are just 5 of the key products. The Training Grain Concentrates, that plugs that whole grain oil deficiency. There isn't another product like it in the market. That is our multivitamin and mineral. The carotenoid complex, that plugs that fruit and vegetable gap, that provides us with all the antioxidants, carotenoids. Only complete carotenoid supplement in the world. That product protects your carotenoid nutrients or your cancer fighters. This product has been scientifically proven to boost the human immune function by 37% in just 20 days. And then the third factor for diet-related deaths, lack of omega-3 oils. And here we have the world's first and only, still to this day, only complete omega-3 supplement. Only omega-3 that is complete in all 8 of the omega-3 family members. Omega-3 where we know the source of our fish, we know the type of the fish, we know our free. It isn't heat extracted, it is cold pressed, and the oil is tested for over 200 contaminants, things like mercury and lead, so it's ultra pure. And then the 5th product is our to plug that protein gap in that food triangle. So these are our exceptional products. And I'm just going to go into a couple of test me's. And now there's one test me that I've asked just to say a few words, and that is Dr. Andre van der Hoeven. I can see you there.
I'm here, Drew.
Are you connecting?
I'm here.
Andre, there you are. There you are.
Yes.
Okay, so
Hi.
Andre is just a wonderful part of the team, and she has an incredible story with a business. But tonight we've asked her just to share her story on the product, what the products did for you. Go for it.
Hi, everyone. As you've heard from Drew, some people come into this company from a business perspective to make money. Others find their way into this business because they get a rather health diagnosis. And that's the way I came in. 30 years ago now, I was diagnosed with a late stage cancer problem. And it was a huge problem because my children were young. They were 8 and 5 years old. And here I was staring death in the face. I knew as a trained biochemist and immunologist that well-nourished body should not get a disease like cancer. I also knew that I was trying the best I could to feed us properly, and clearly I had failed. And so I was looking for supplements, actually actively looking for supplements that I was willing to take to support me through my journey of healing. So I was extremely grateful to the person who actually spoke to me about Neolife products. I looked at a whole variety of things and I wasn't terribly impressed with them. And here I was presented with the option of products that ticked various boxes that were important for me. They had to be, because I was a research scientist, that matters to me. They had to cover the normal human food chain. I was being pumped with noxious chemicals all the time, and I was certainly not interested in adding synthetic supplements to my diet at all. And the third thing is that I wanted them to have a history of experience. I wanted testimonials of people who had used the product successfully, and there is an absolute wealth of those. So I started taking the products. I still take them to this day, but I have no doubt whatsoever that my very existence is due to the products and certainly not due to the chemo. So do I believe in the products? Absolutely. They changed my life. They changed my husband's life. They changed my kids' life. And the one message that I want to pass on to people is that, as Drew has in fact already said, don't wait until you're sick and then hope that by some miracle the products will turn it around for you. It may be too late. It wasn't for me, gratefully. But take the life that you've got now, take the health that you've got now, and plug those nutritional gaps right now. Keep yourself healthy, stay in the energetic and vibrant zone until it's time to call it a day. I was down in the sick zone at the age of 42, and I crawled my way up out with the help of these products to the energetic and vibrant zone, and I'm hoping that I've got many years to come into the future. Thanks, Drew.
Wow, Andre, thank you. How many people need to hear that story? Yeah, that's an incredible story. Andre, thank you. And he's such a special member, part of this Nearlife family. Thank you for sharing that. So I roped my wife in, who's sitting next to me, Tanya. She walked past and I said, we need your story. So here she is.
Hello.
So go for it.
Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I am Drew's wife, Tanya. So I was introduced to the products because Drew and I were dating. So at the time, which was many years ago, I was young, mid-20s, and I wasn't very sick, but I wasn't very well either. I used to suffer with very, very bad abdominal pains. I was hospitalized several times. I'd wake up with bad migraines and nausea every day. So it was kind of normal for me at the age of 25 to actually be quite unwell. I come from a medical family. So my dad was a doctor, my mom was a psychologist. So basically all the treatment that we had in our house was always medical. My dad was very strict. We weren't allowed to eat sweets, but if we got sick, we had to take pills. So when I met Drew and he would take handfuls and handfuls of vitamins, I used to think it was quite strange. And I just noticed over the time that he was very well in his mid-20s and I was feeling really sick. So I started taking nutrition and I have not looked back. This has, like you said, our 3 kids are on the products. I took the products through preconception, during my pregnancies, during breastfeeding, and I'm happy to say that things health-wise for me have never been the same. I'm very grateful to the products, and yeah, I just encourage everyone to
jump on it.
Jump on it, yeah, exactly.
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay.
And my story is, I've never been sick, but I take these products because I know nothing feels as good as healthy feels. And so if you're well, if you have your health, these products are just as important. And I just look at my 3 kids. They've been on these products since pre-conception. Sorry, somebody keeps sharing their screen. Since pre-conception, and it's for parents just having healthy, well, active kids. It is just the most amazing blessing. And again, our products are not the miracle. Our bodies are the miracle. Let's just take back responsibility. Take back, control the things that we can control. And that is what our product range does. And so I've got one more story, which I've asked us to jump on tonight. And it was Nasima, if you could just turn your video on for me. And Nasima, she was just so excited and about our products, about the opportunity. She just has a positive vision for the future. And I asked her just to quickly share her story. Nasima, are you with us?
I am with you. We have load shedding, unfortunately. So I'm sitting in a dark house. There's no light. And I'm on my phone.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't mind.
We can hear you. That's the main thing.
Once I talk. If I turn my video on, it's just dark. You're not going to be able to see anything.
Nasima, it's fine.
Sure
you can just
use
your sound.
Yeah.
Just use your sound.
Okay. So I'm going to share who I am. Basically, I'm from KwaZulu-Natal. I am a network marketer. I built a very, very big business in 2011, and I spent 8 years building the business. And I loved what I did. It was also in the health and wellness industry, but it's the first time I've ever built a business. So it was my first experience of earning a residual income, where you are actually, you're working with a team, and the business that you build pays you forever. And 8 years after building the business, the company disinvested in South Africa. So they basically left South Africa, and we were left without a business. And this was in 2017. I spent 5 years looking for something to call home. And I looked at so many different opportunities. And the reason why I decided after 5 years to join Neolife, it ticked all the boxes. Number one, it's ethical, it's legitimate. The products look amazing. The fact that this company is in existence for over 60 years. There are lots of companies don't even last 5 years, right? So the fact that they're in existence for over 60 years, I didn't want to spend 8 to 10 years of my life building a business only to pull the rug from under my feet and to lose my entire team and my entire business again. And that's the reason why I decided to put all my effort and build the Neolife business. So I'm very excited. I've come on Saturday. I saw the products. I'm now on it for 2 days, and I will share my testimonial on the product one day. But I'm going to take it one day at a time and start building. So now I have a team. We are a team of 4. We're brand new in the business.
Nasima, that's fantastic. Your future is so exciting in this business, and great to have you on the team, and wonderful spending time with you in Cape Town on Saturday. I look forward to seeing you back down there again soon. Sure. So let's move on with the presentation. So that's our products work, and we've been in business for so many years for a number of reasons. Number one, our products make a positive difference. Our products work. You've got to have products that work if you're going to have longevity. Number two, we build our business on values, absolute integrity in everything we say and do. We expect that from our scientists developing our products. We expect that from our corporate staff. We expect that from our distributors. And the third one is a fair opportunity for all, no matter your age, your race, your background, or your past experience. And we hang on to those values with everything that we have, because we are not building this for the short term, because we believe we have the answer to one of South Africa's biggest challenges, and that is the financial challenges. As I mentioned, the cost of living is going up faster today than it ever has gone up. We see, I don't know if you saw that article, that study by FNB in 2019, 57% of middle income South Africans are spending over 80% of their income within 5 days of getting paid. Basically, people are not making enough money. People are coming out of school, coming out of colleges, and going into a world of unemployment. I think unemployment is at almost an all-time high. We have a challenge, and I truly believe that entrepreneurship is the solution to this challenge. You know, there's a little saying: you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, or you teach him how to fish, he eats for life. That is what entrepreneurship is: teaching people how to create an income that is resist the challenges of the economy, an income that nobody can take away from them, and an income that is passive or residual. That is what true entrepreneurship is all about. But entrepreneurship is risky. For starters, on average, right now, the latest data is telling us that in South Africa, if you were to start a new business, you would need about 720,000 Rand to survive the first 12 months. Unfortunately, that takes entrepreneurship off the table for most people. 5 out of 7 new businesses are failing within the first 12 months of starting. And so immediately there are a lot of, yes, entrepreneurship is the answer, but there are pitfalls that come with it. And so that is where I believe Neolife falls perfectly in line, where we have a goal to empower people into business for themselves, but not by themselves, to help people start a business and have all the support, have a great product line for starters. We provide people with all the technology, from a website to a mobile phone application, so you can manage your business and you can build your business in the modern world. You can build it in, around the world from your home. You don't have to fly everywhere, or you can do it from your phone. We provide training, we provide support. And so we just provide a platform where we do the legwork, the entrepreneurship legwork. So people can join us as Neolife distributors, and they can build themselves an income and a business that can help them either overcome a challenge that they're facing or help them achieve a financial goal that they might be running towards. And so what does that look like? So Neolife, never will we say to people, just join Neolife and you're going to make money, you're going to succeed, or you're going to get healthy. Number one, if you join Neolife, there's some things you got to do. You're going to have to use the products. If you want to experience the health benefits, you're going to have to use the products. And then there is work to be done. It's not a magical business opportunity. It is going to require work. And so what is the work that we have to do as distributors? There's 3 things. And I love these 3 things because we call them the 3 daily success habits. Your life is defined by your habits, positive habits or negative habits. And anybody can do these 3 things. Number 1, use the products. Become a product of the product. We want our Neolife distributors to be living in that healthy, active zone and to be physically the best version of themselves because they're using good nutrition. We want you to believe in the product. And there's only one way to believe in the product, and that is to use the product. So that's the first daily success habit. The second daily success habit is to share the product and the opportunity to go out and talk to people. And that terrified me in the beginning because I pictured myself knocking on people's doors trying to sell product. That's not what it's about. That's not how we do business. I'll explain that in a moment. And the third daily success habit is personal development. We are in the business of adding value into people's lives. In Neolife, you succeed when you help other people succeed. But to add value into somebody's life, we need to make sure that we are constantly becoming more valuable. We are becoming the best versions of ourselves. And so how do those 3 success habits stack up? So let's say this is you. If you're a guest on the call and you want to improve your health, I'll say just start using the product and you can achieve that goal. If you're a guest on the call and you want to, you have a financial goal to achieve or a challenge to overcome, then what I'm going to suggest you do is become a Neolife distributor. Form a business partnership with this company called Neolife. You don't work for them. You're an independent business owner. Neolife does all the work that I mentioned earlier. And this is what you've got to do. The first thing is you've got to use the product. And in this example, I'm going to just use one product, the True NN, that whole grain oil concentrate. You know that product, that plug, that base of that food triangle? This is, I call this non-negotiable. Everybody feels amazing on this product. So you use this product and feel the benefits of True NN. You'll have more energy, your hormonal activity will be leveled. There's just many, many benefits. And then the second thing you're going to do is we'll work with you and showing you and teaching you how to share the product with other people. And that is where you go and find customers, not by knocking on people's doors, but finding customers by finding people who have a need for your product. So as an example, if I'm talking to somebody and we in conversation, they say, I'm just so exhausted. I have no energy. I'm fatigued. How many people do you know have those problems? At some point, I'm going to say to them, hey, John, I've got a product which I really believe is going to help you. Can I send you some information? Can I take you out for a cup of coffee and and tell you more about it? Can I invite you onto a Zoom call? And so we will share, and it could be any product, but I'm just using this one product as an example. And so you're using one bottle of Training, and you have found 7 customers, okay? So your business is doing 250 points. What does that mean? Every bottle of Training is worth 34 points. So 34 times 8, because you're selling 7 and you're using 1, is going to give you just over 250 points. Because we're operating in 50 countries around the world with different currencies, we measure our business on points. So we just have a standard measurement tool. Okay, and so what will happen is you'll make some retail profit from the product that you sell, because remember, you purchase from Neolife at distributor cost price. You sell to your customers at retail price, so you're going to make some profits. And Neolife will pay you a little 3% bonus. Because your business has done 250 points, you get paid a 3% bonus. So your retail profit plus your bonus will be about 750 Rand. Not a lot of money, not that exciting. You're not going to retire on that. You're not going to be a rock star off that. But here's the positive part is, how long should it take you? I recommend you do that in the first week of joining business. I recommend you do it in the second week if you don't do it in the first week. So immediately we're showing you how to make just 750 Rand pure profit through your Neolife business. We take it to the next step, which is to share the opportunity. And so remember, there's 2 challenges we're solving. One is the health and wellness challenge, and that is where you fix it with your customer base. And the second challenge we're solving is the challenge where people need to find a way to make an additional income. And so in this example, I'm going to say you find 3 people. They are more than customers. These are people that not only want to improve their health, but they want to make some extra money for whatever reason it is. Maybe your friend over here has worked the entire life, and they're coming up to retirement, and it's not their fault, but what they thought they were going to be able to retire on is not enough anymore, and they need to find a way to supplement their income. Maybe you have a relative who, they're a young family, and the husband has said to the wife, okay, listen, darling, you need to get back out to work because we are battling to make ends meet. And the wife doesn't want to go back to work because she wants to have the freedom and flexibility to be a mother, but she needs to make the income. So her Neolife business can give her a way to make income according to her own schedule. Maybe you have a neighbor who is just living a life of quiet desperation. They're working as hard as they know how, but they're not getting closer to their dreams and goals. Hey, they're perfect people to become distributors. And you reach out to them and say, hey, I've got something which is going to help you overcome that challenge. I've got something that is going to help you achieve that goal. Can I share more about it? Can we spend some time together? I'd like to share more with you. And you teach your 3 distributors to do exactly what you've done. You teach them how to use the product, and you work with them in finding their 7 customers who buy Train-In. So guess what happens? It's just like yours. So your business is doing 250, 500, 750, 1,000 points. You are now a senior manager. And as a senior manager, what happens is you'll get your retail profit, and you're going to get a 10%. So no longer 3%, you'll get a 10% bonus. And that is going to equate to 1,800 Rand, just under 2,000 Rand. Not a lot of money, but this should be happening within the first month or 2 months of building this business. And I know a lot of homes could do with an extra 1,800 Rand a month, but let's take it a step further. You work with your friend, your relative, your neighbor, and you help them to just duplicate the system, to do exactly what you have just done, nothing different. And they build a business that does 1,000 points. So you have empowered your 3 distributors to earn extra 1,800 Rand a month, just like you. And now your business is doing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 points. You are now a director. As a director, there's many benefits. You get your retail profit. You will now not get paid a 10%, but you get paid a 25% bonus level of income, which is leadership development bonus. So director is a very, very important step. And in this model, you would earn yourself an extra 10,000 Rand per month. Part-time. We're not changing what we're doing. We're not quitting our jobs. This is a part-time business opportunity at this point. Take it a step further. Okay, as a director, there's a lot of training and leadership training and development. This is just the last leadership school we did in May with some of our Emerald directors and New World team members. We get together in a 5-star resort where we just basically train our distributors to take their business to the next level. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, a lot of learning, a lot of development that goes on there. The next step is, let's say you help your all 3 distributors become directors, just like yourself. So they are earning an extra 10,000 Rand a month. You step up onto our world team. As a world team member, you earn a lot more money. You earn anywhere between 15 to 50,000 Rand per month. That could happen in the next 6 to 12 months or 2 years. You get to decide that. Take it a step. As a world team member, we travel once a year. This year we went to Zimbabwe, lodge in Belito, because we didn't want to travel internationally. Get the story. This man over here, he lived on the streets of Ghana for 3 months, homeless for 3 months. He had 2 bottles of Trenin. He used one, he sold one. He reinvested and bought another one, sold it, reinvested, bought 2, reinvested. Right now, he is making over 100,000 Rand a month 2 years later. Just the most incredible story. Just some of the pictures of our distributors that were at this event. We did 2 of these events, one in Dubai, one in Zimbabwe. At these events, we gave away over 12 million Rand just in bonuses at these events. And this year we are going to, I won't show you the video. Oh. There you are. So this year we are going to Istanbul, Turkey. Next year in May we're going to Istanbul, Turkey. Think big for a second. Let's say you develop another 3 directors, so you have 6 directors in total. That would put you onto our president's team. There's a lot of additional benefits, but the biggest benefit is your income increases significantly. Starting off at around 100,000 Rand per month at the starting point of president's team. You get to travel with the company twice a year, one to the world team vacation event, and the other one to our Diamond Lifestyle event. And that one is happening in Barcelona, Spain. And on the 7th of October, we all jump on an airplane and we head to Barcelona for a little bit of fun and lifestyle and luxury. So that is how the business works. You use the product, you share the product and share the opportunity with other people. And in doing that, you build a customer base and you build a team of people that duplicate the process, and you become the best version of yourself. And we talk about personal development. And this is just such a big one for us. And as I mentioned, for things to change, we have to change. And I don't know what your personal development journey is, but for me, I had to develop resilience. I had to realize that other people weren't going to help me achieve my dreams and goals. That was going to be my responsibility. So I couldn't put my future in the hands of other people's opinions. That was part of my personal development journey. Maybe for you, you have to develop the courage to step out of your comfort zone, or you're going to have to develop skills or do things that you maybe haven't yet been able to do to achieve your goals and your dreams. But what I love about this is the Near Life community just gives you a safe place where you can grow, you can learn. Will you fail? Yes, you will make mistakes, you will fall down, but we're a community that will lift you back up, that will support you, will celebrate the good times, we will support you in difficult times, but we will believe in you more than you believe in yourself at the beginning. And you'll work with people that are just as excited as you are about your success. And that is what we call the Near Life community. There are a couple of ways you can get started. These are 3 of the starter kits. Every one of our starter kits just comes with different product options, but they all come with our full business suite, from all the training material to the literature to your technology, your website, your mobile phone apps. And just on this call tonight, if anybody on this call tonight makes a decision before next week to become part of the Near Life family, I just want to ask that the sponsor reaches out to Rory Onola or to myself. We will throw in an extra little product just to sweeten the deal and to welcome you into this Near Life community and this Near Life family. So to our Near Life distributors that were on this call, thank you for joining us tonight. It's always wonderful connecting with you. To the guests on the call, I'm going to make a suggestion. Make sure you get your questions answered so that you're in a position to make an informed decision. If it's no, that's okay. We're going to do it anyway. But some people say to us, Drew, I want to do it. I want to improve my life, but I just don't have the time. I know we're living busy lives, but everybody has 24 hours in a day. And that's something I had to overcome. I had to realize and learn that time management is the best kept secret of the rich. And we sleep for 8, we work for 8. There's another eight hours somewhere where we can grab an hour every day to apply to our future. People say to me, Drew, I want to do it, but I can't sell. Nor can I. We're not looking for people that can sell. We're looking for people who can believe in a product, the business system, and can share it with others who have a need. People say, Drew, I want to do it, but you know what? I just don't have the money to get started. Now, I have just shown you how to create $1 million business of one product, and you can get started for under 1,000 Rand. And in fact, we have a price adjustment at the end of tomorrow on Saturday, midnight, Friday night. So now's a good time to get involved if you want to get involved. If money is your challenge, then you probably need this opportunity more than you know right now. So I'm going to make a suggestion. Stretch yourself. Borrow the money. Make a commitment to pay back with interest. You might say to me, Drew, I want to do it, but I'm going to think about it. What you going to think about? If you want to change your life, now is the time to do it. And I say that with strength because so often people think about it, they think about it, they forget about it, and opportunity passes them by. And September, October 2023, they're saying, I wish I could, how can I change my situation? I just believe we have the greatest opportunity available to us right now. And we are excited about the future. And if you're looking for change, join us. We're going to have fun together. So good night, everybody. And thank you to the testnees on the call tonight. We so appreciate your testnees. Good night to you.
Thank you, Drew.